Good morning. We're continuing with the laws of evil speech, and we are in the laws of Rechilus, Klal Vav Sif Gimel 6.3, and we're going to talk about a common case, a very something which could happen unfortunately. How are we supposed to react in the following situation? You have a business, and all of a sudden your business takes a hit, and you suspect that someone was bad-mouthing your business, or someone did something to harm your parnasa, your livelihood. How are we supposed to react in such a situation? So that's sort of the case, pretty much the case we'll be discussing right now. The im ha'elo hezek be'isko. Let's say someone's business gets damaged. Someone does something to his business. V'le'noidelo sibaso. He doesn't know the reason. Kigon, like for example, shemachzik ha'arenda mesar v'silegos o hasar v'lo nodelo im echad hilshin alav o shasar metzad atzmo ha'aviru ukiyotzebo. Used to be in Europe back in the day that the king or the governor or whoever was in charge of the place, he would sell certain rights that only one person could sell a certain thing, like wine, let's say. He would sell the rights, the king, that only one person was the wine dealer in this city, or whatever it was, different commodities. So let's say a guy has the rights, and he is the one wine dealer for that place. And then all of a sudden the king takes away his permission and gives it to somebody else. So Chavetz Chaim says, Asur lo lachshod la'echem Yisrael. It's forbidden to suspect another Jew from doing this to him. Meaning you don't know, did the king take away your rights to sell because someone badmouthed you to the king? Or was it just for another reason? So he says it's forbidden to suspect another Jewish person from doing this harm to you. Im lo sheyesh lo alav dvarim hanikarim, unless you have reasonable proof, what are called dvarim hanikarim, you have certain proofs. We're going to explain later exactly what those proofs are. We're going to discuss later that if you have these proofs, you could know that it's true, but you're not allowed to damage the person that did it to you. Because we don't assume that people are wicked. Every person that we encounter, we have to assume is a good person. It says that you should judge your people favorably. There's a mitzvah in the Torah to judge another Jew favorably. Even if you hear that so-and-so is the one who's responsible for you losing this right to sell the wine, you hear people saying that, you know why the king took away your permission to sell that wine? You know why your business got damaged? It's because so-and-so did it. He doesn't like you. He has it out for you, so he lied about you to the king. If someone says that to you, you're not allowed to believe in your heart that what they said about that person is true, but you're only allowed to be choshesh, which means you're allowed to protect yourself. Meaning you don't have to go and tell secrets to this person, or you don't have to go into business with this person. You're allowed to protect yourself, but you're not allowed to go and believe it in your heart. Even if people, they fight on your behalf, and they start fighting with this guy, and they say to him, even if you see people go to this guy and say, how could you do that to him? How could you do that to another Jew? Complain to him, to the king, and damage his business, and he doesn't respond. Let's say he's quiet. You're still not allowed to believe that he did it. Right? Because he's being quiet. It looks like he's guilty. If he was innocent, he would defend himself. He would say, no, that's not true. I never did that. So even though there's a mitzvah in the Torah that a person should not have others suspect him of doing sins, right? We should try our best that not only should Hashem view us as righteous, but other Jews should view us as righteous. If people suspect us of doing something wrong, we should clarify to them that it wasn't us. So perhaps the fact that this guy is being quiet is a proof that he really did something wrong. Mikol makom, nevertheless, penro lifiha enyan shekiblu alav lishna bisha kokach v'nachlat b'seim l'davar amiti ad shelei kablu menu shum tshuva al ken kibul al atzma shetov yosel lishtak b'zeulios Perhaps the reason that this guy is quiet is when the people yelling at him saying that, oh, you hurt this guy's business, you ruined his parnasa, how could you do that? He realizes that these people listen to Lashon Hara, and he knows that anything he says, they're not going to listen to him. So he might as well take the abuse, and it's a positive thing if a person's embarrassed and doesn't answer. So perhaps that's what his cheshbon was. So just to summarize, if a person's business gets damaged, even if you suspect someone did something bad to you, like this case, he reported you to the king, and even if people start yelling at him about how the evil thing that he did and he doesn't respond, nevertheless, you're not allowed to believe in your heart that he did it. And we'll discuss later if a person has proof that that it happened, then the situation may change. Okay, halacha daled v'da'od. No further. The iser kabbalas rechilus hu afilu im shama mishnayim v'yaser. The prohibition of accepting rechilus, accepting tailbearing, is even if two people tell it to you or more. Even if there's rumors in the city, everybody in the city is saying that so and so did something to you, or he said something about you to hurt you. Nevertheless, you're not allowed to believe it. You're not allowed to believe it in your heart. Even if the people who tell you that so-and-so did something to you to hurt you, and they're trying to help you, right? They're not just trying to spread gossip, they want to protect you, which is allowed when you have the right intent and with various conditions, which we'll discuss, God willing. Even in that case, you're not allowed to believe in your heart what they said about him, right? You're allowed to be chayshish, you're allowed to protect yourself in the future, but you're not allowed to believe in your heart what the person said was true. So again, it's a very difficult mitzvah, but it's something that we should all strive to do, is to judge everybody favorably, because more often than not, we think someone did something bad to us, but really it's just a misunderstanding, or they meant something else, or they didn't, or the story that was told to us was exaggerated, and if you change a few facts, it could be different. And while we should always protect ourselves, we have a mitzvah to judge a fellow Jew favorably. And if we judge others favorably, then God willing, God will judge us favorably, especially as Rosh Hashanah, the days of judgment, approach. Hope everyone has a beautiful day.